pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start with activity reports. Council, I have very little. We have on all boards, committees and boards. Thank you. Luncheon, annual meeting, whatever you want to call it. And then I had an EDAP meeting and, the Chamber Connection, Megan and I went to. So, I'll do Paul first on this side. Give me anything.
I had a planning meeting last Monday, and that's it.
Y'all boards, you were at that. Neil?
Well, that's right, yeah.
I got a whole note card here.
Oh, he was busy.
The 14th, we met with the potential new business. Ron was there, Derek. Pretty productive. On the 18th, I went to the meeting at Coronas Campgrounds for the new Woodland Park. A lot of questions and answers and good information. The 20th was our board and committee appreciation meeting at the Legion, and the 22nd I supported the Sportsman's Fish Fry at Queen Bee.
Nice. You were busy. Megan?
I was not so busy this time. Neil's an overachiever. I did the all-city board or all-board meeting as well, and I went to the Chamber Connect it was at Painesville Inn and Suites this time, so we got to see some of their remodeling and everything, which was really neat. So we appreciated them having us. I think that's it for me.
Okay. On to department head reports. I guess, Paul, you're up.
Thank you. So not a ton to really report on. We had our post-compliance review / audit on Friday. Everything below that, we'll be receiving a letter from them. Tarek should be getting that along with myself. Just kind of wrapping that up. As most of you know, we had an issue with our brand new squad car. Apparently all of the coolant lines in it, or at least several of them, exploded, for lack of a better term. Sending debris and stuff like that into the engine. So luckily that's under warranty and was under warranty, so that's been replaced and is now back on the road. And now the other one, the other new one is up getting looked at because it's burning antifreeze. So they're doing well. Just a reminder to everybody, the city will be snow plowing this evening. So the snow emergency is still in effect. So if anybody is parked on the roads this evening, they will be ticketed and towed. And then lastly, I've been asked to be part of a panel for the Baker Tilly Symposium in April to discuss our sabbatical program as it relates to retention and recruitment of staff and unique things cities are doing to try and keep and bring people in. That's all I got.
Okay. Ron?
Great, thank you. First of all, the lead inventory grant we applied for last fall has been approved by the Minnesota Department of Health, so we will be getting started with that. Again, we do have to have all our service lines inventoried by October of 24 here. Some dates for the bids. The shelter is March the 28th, so that's Thursday. The airport crack repair project is April 4th, and our street seal coat project is April the 9th. Our bids on the trail have not been set yet, but currently the plans are in MnDOT's review, so chances are that'll take a couple weeks for sure. Park shelter reservations, currently we're 20 plus, so that is going very well. If any resident wants to reserve them, please contact City Hall here. Again, we do still have funds available for any unused or abandoned well. Well 8 standby power unit, we're finally going to be getting that in. It will be, I think, the first week of April coming up. Also, last fall, we had approved the well sealing of some of the irrigation wells that has been approved also, or completed, I should say. And our wellhead newsletter will be going out later this week. Thank you.
That's it. Any questions for Ron? Anybody? Okay. Tarek?
All right, I didn't have that much either. EDAP meeting, the all boards meeting, and then today Ron, Chuck, and I had a call with the engineer consultant on the LCCMR study. And LCCMR is the Legislative Citizens Committee on Minnesota Resources. This was the grant, if you remember, about a year and a half ago. Senator Howe wanted us to lead it, and it was to study 4 cities. We are among one of these 4 cities on any water contamination in the ground, and to look at what the MPCA, or the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, has done about it, and to see if there are any other remedies that could have been done. So we had a chance to review the draft report. It's almost final. I think they're going to make a few tweaks to it, and along with their recommendations on what could be done. But overall, I think it's a good report, and looking forward to having it released.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Okay. Next, we have our open forum, if anybody wishes to say anything. Okay. Then we'll move on to the consent agenda. We've got minutes on page 1, like 4 different ones. Thing is not going down. Here. Oh, lost it. Oh, back. Computers. And then we have vouchers on page 2, totaling, we'll get to it. $214,115.99. And then we have a addition off the update for a gambling permit from the Painesville Baseball Club raffle. Is there anything anybody wants to discuss or pull? Otherwise, we'll have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, the motion's been made by Neil, seconded by Megan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's passed. First item under old business is hiring a realtor for the city residential lots. This is back at us.
I know, let me give you an update on this. I was approached by the same realtor, saying that they've been pretty successful at selling some of the lots lately, and would like us to reconsider hiring them to sell the remaining other city lots. So I said, I informed them that council did not approve this last time, but I will present it again to see if they are interested in, or if you guys are interested in reconsidering this.
How many lots do we have left? 8?
Yeah, I was gonna say less than 10, maybe
Yeah.
about 8.
I was gonna say about 8. Well, Neil?
I'm highly against this. Tarek and Jennifer have been doing a good job. There's no reason, number one, to break even, we need $21,220.94. And then if you're gonna pay the realtor anything at all, it's not in the cards. And I guess the final statement, if this realtor was really interested, he should be here tonight in person asking us to our business. So I'm strong no.
Okay.
Well, I did not inform them that we're having the item discussed tonight, so
Okay.
that's on me.
Okay.
I still like when somebody wants our business, I like it in person.
Megan, we should table it until we could hear the proposal from the realtor, just to be fair on both sides, so I get more information.
Yeah, if you want, I can invite them and have them present their case.
Yeah.
Well, with the last lots, I think, what did we get, 22 or less?
Might have been 21.
Yeah,
I mean, we're just breaking even, there's no margin there to pay $1,000. And typically, Paul, they want 6%.
Yeah, I know, but that's changed.
Yes, it?
Yeah, it has. It was just, was a lawsuit that was settled last week. The other thing is that, if, it would get that on the tax rolls a lot sooner.
Possibly, possibly not.
Possibly, you're right.
We got a very nice sign down there.
Yep.
Cost of building hasn't gone down too much.
Yeah.
Still up there. I don't-
So what's the biggest holdback on these lots, why they're not selling?
It was because of the cost, building
Yeah.
cost.
Costs too much to build.
If you can afford to build, you might not necessarily want to do it in town at this point, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
and we'll be honest, the conditions, what do you call
It's covenants.
them? Covenants kills, a lot of people want a big shed, want a bigger lot to have a shed for their toys. That's not happening there. If I was
Any way around all the
that's what I
covenants?
wouldn't buy.
Not unless they have to have a percentage of the owners to change any covenant.
So in reality, it's really not fair to the city to be unable to sell these because of the conditions put on the lots.
Well, they're selling, we're sold a lot more than they did for years before that,
Right,
but,
But that does make it more restrictive.
it does.
it certainly does.
But yeah, you have to go through the whole, everybody involved.
Yeah.
Owns property, and we do own 8 lots now still, but we talked about it one time changing them, but they changed it themselves to make bigger.
Well, we should have probably done
Yes.
that when we had the majority of the
Well,
lots.
we had 20 lots, yeah.
Yeah, we probably should have.
So, the motion is to table it?
Well, I don't think it's a bad idea, but I didn't think it was a bad idea last time either, but I think, you know, we have to consider how quickly they would sell, you know, and that's an unknown, but, you know, the price of building being what it is. I see Paul's point about, you know, we can get people on the taxes quicker, but I don't know. I guess I wouldn't, it doesn't hurt anything to hear a proposal.
Yeah. So is that a motion, Paul, then, to table it until the next meeting?
Yeah, because I want to discuss more about this, the $4,550 and the $16,000 to see if that can be negotiated stuff. Well, yeah, motion to,
Go ahead, I'll talk. with you.
okay, motion to table the hiring a realtor for city residential lots.
I'll second.
On your question there, Paul, those are given numbers. That's what we have against the lots.
Right.
As long as we're doing the 4,500
Housing incentive,
incentives.
so.
Maybe it's time to take the incentives away, but.
Yeah,
Well, the whole point was to get people building. That's why we have them.
right.
So,
Well, and with real estate agents, probably going to be making less than half of what they were before. I mean, I haven't seen the total numbers on it, but as of February 1st, that has all changed.
well, yeah, but also too, if we sold these, we would sell them for like 21,000. Realtor may try and get more, so they get, cover their commission.
Could be,
We
yeah.
have to get our 21,000.
But I also think it would hope that the realtor would be on MLS, so this could be statewide. Hopefully.
Not all are.
Well,
No, that's true.
let's hear them out.
All right, so the motion's been made and seconded to table this until our next meeting and the realtor can be invited. But doesn't that mean we really need to open it up to all realtors? If
That
we-
was brought up last time as well, yeah.
Yeah, if we do it, that's what we have to do.
Well, if we're gonna compare prices, yeah, we should have some.
Yeah, definitely.
Should be open up to quotes.
Okay, all those in favor?
I,
Okay, this will be on the next agenda.
Oh, opposed,
Okay, we're opposed. Sorry.
definitely opposed.
One opposed. I think probably Kristen got that. Okay, next, library, year in review, Kateri. Thank you for driving over in this lovely day.
Well, I walked today because I didn't want to try driving through that just to get here once.
My street is worse than that.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Kateri Gruber, coordinator of the library here. Thank you for allowing me to come and address you guys about just to hear what your library has been up to. Feel free to throw out questions as I'm talking, but otherwise I'll ask at the end if you have any questions. I think this got sent to the city. This is Great River's annual report. I won't be talking much about this one, but I did want to point out this is Painesville that's on the front. We had a class visit, lots of class visits last spring, so they stuck us on the front of the annual report this year, so that was kind of cool. And you should have in your packet, our marketing department made this cool little insert for me, so this is all Painesville's statistics and facts. A few I just wanted to point out, our total card holders right now, we have about 1,900 patrons who are actively using our library. And I did want to point out our reciprocal patrons, and those are our patrons who live outside of our county, so technically outside of Great River service area, but they have a card that from their home that they come and use at our library. So we have about almost 250 patrons who come from across the border, I guess. And we are trying to bring that number up, especially with the students. So we are again doing a project with Pioneer Land, the New London Library, to get our students cards so they can use the Painesville Library. So we're doing that again this year. You can see our checkout sessions averaged about 5,400 for the year, which is about 1,900 per month. So this is the first time we've seen sustained increase since COVID in 2020, so that is awesome to see. And we also have our Wi-Fi and usage. Wi-Fi has been great. Computer usage has always been, it's been decreasing lately, and that's actually primarily because we have introduced the Print-to-Go system where people can either email other prints directly to us or drag and drop it in their online portal and then come pick up. So they don't need to log into our computers to use them, which leaves it open for people who actually need to use them for documents and stuff. So balanced it out, it's a win-win. Looking at just our programs we've been offering for this, our summer reading program participation, we had about 230 youth who participated last summer. And that was actually, it was an increase, but what we're seeing even more is how much people are participating. So each activity and reading record that they return, they get a little prize for. So 2 years ago, it was about 500 slips that got returned, and this past year was about 850. So that's been a nice increase. And if you like fun, even more fun facts, each record is about doing 12 to 17 like learning and growing activities, depending on if they're a kid or teen, or about 4 to 6 hours of reading. So that translates about into like 4,250 hours of reading, or about 1,300 activities that or 13,000 activities that they did. So we're pretty proud of our youth that are coming in to do these programs. We are also had the winter reading program for the teens and adult side. Usually we get a lower number for that, but this past year we had 98 participate, which is the highest we've ever had since 2017 when I saw the statistics. That's the farthest back I've seen them. So I think it really helps. We've been offering some local gift cards as incentives, so I think that's kind of bumped up the numbers. So they read about 1,800 hours, so pretty good for the adults and teens. Also on your sheet, I just wanted to point out, I wanted to thank our donors that we had this year. We had like Magnify Financial and Perennial Bank who donated materials for, we did a financial literacy informational table, so they donated for that. And Vinnie Spade Games who came to and actually did a kids D&D program 2 nights, 2 different months. And so we had a good group that came for that. And our individual donors, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's our fundraising month every March. So this is the part where I get to show and tell. So 2 years ago, for 2022, we did fundraise for Playaways, which are a little book. All you have to do is plug in headsets or plug it into your car, press play, and it goes. And that was kind of introduced because people don't have CD players anymore, and some people don't have access to streaming. So this is kind of our stopgap, what we raise money for. So these were, when we raised money in 2022, it was actually introduced 2023, last March, that these came out at the library. So we're starting to see increased use of those. This past, the 2023 year, we actually fundraised to get a gaming system for in-library use for our teens, to create more of a teen hangout spot. We did not raise enough money, but we went with the gaming theme and purchased some new board games for the library that these can actually be checked out and brought home and then returned. So still do some gaming, but do them at home or at the library. And then this year we are raising funds for, we did this in Belgrade last year. These are called Wonder Books and Vox Books. And similar to the idea of the Playaways that kids don't have access to online streaming and a lot of families no longer have CD players. So these are items that actually have the audio component built right in. We've seen a very sharp decrease in like checkouts of our books with the CDs, obviously because of that. So this is what we're trying to pilot as a program to fill that gap. We got these last year at Belgrade and they have been constantly checked out. So we are trying to raise funds to add a collection here in Painesville. So yes, if you guys are interested in donating and help us out, we're still taking donations till the end of the month, either online or in person at the library. We also we just received, ARPA grant funding to expand technology access. So we now have a telemeeting laptop at the library. So patrons can actually request the use of our study room for privacy, and they can check out and use the laptop in the library only for telehealth meetings, for incarceration visits for family members, for job interviews, for even just family visits from across the nation or whatever. People can use that to, do telemeetings. So we haven't had anyone use it yet. We just got it and just started pushing it out. So I'm hoping that will be something that gets used more regularly. On the backside, our attendance, our programs, we did offer about 50 sit-down, in-person programs, and then there was a typo on here. I'm sorry, I did not catch it. The attendance for that program was about 455 people that attended those programs, not 45. So there's some pictures on there of programs that we had offered, like the Remarkable Reptiles, watercolor pencils class, our author visits, like Ames Shelding, Ellen Askins, team gaming nights, story times, and then our monthly ones that we are now repeatedly offering, like Tech Time for Tech Help, Lego Lab, Homeschool Hour, and our Fiber Arts Club. If you like better numbers, though, my favorite is actually our engagement activities, which are not technically counted by the state, but they're just things that are available in the library, like our financial literacy table, for people to come in, find, and have something to do at the library. So a lot of those are like our monthly take and make kits that grandparents actually, I've heard this so many times, my grandkids are coming. I'm so excited to use these with my grandkids. So it's our scavenger hunts and story strolls in the park and our community art puzzle, those kind of things. So we did offer about 29 of those, which had a potential reach of about a little over 1,800 people who participated in those kinds of activities. So those are things that we will continue offering in the library just for coming to visit us. Other than that, we've continued to try to push programming that sort of collaborates with free, what do you want to call them? Just partnering with local and state departments for offering free meal kits, COVID test kits. We did the digital marketing class with CoLab and the Chamber of Commerce. Master Gardener, financial literacy, understanding Alzheimer's. The Minnesota Sisters came in to do an informational and Q&A, and we did a Save Your Food interactive fridge, like kids could beep the things and learn about how to save their food and energy in their fridge, which was kind of fun. So these are things that we're continuing to try to bring in, those kind of partnerships that are more essential programs versus more of the fun ones like the art, because there should be a good balance there. Other than that, we've got our assistants, Wendy and Kayla, that are keeping our collections refreshed. Jen creating visual fun bulletin boards for the kids and adult displays so you guys can find something new here. Offering reader recommendations and helping patrons with their prints because technology is great when it works. And then just generally being friendly faces for the community. And speaking of friendly faces, I did want to mention Kayla Dickhoff, who left us in a couple months ago. She knew everyone in Belgrade, and she was working on getting to know everyone in Painesville, so I did want to give her recognition for her 6 years of service that she gave to our library and our community here. So we'll be hiring someone new, hopefully before the summer reading program starts. You'll see a new face. And then I did want to take that opportunity to thank Ron and Lee and the Public Works crew for taking care of our building over the year. I was going to say because there hasn't been much snow except for today. But it's always the little fixes, getting a ramp put back on the back door, keeping our bathroom stocked, which is always appreciated. I wanted to thank you guys and the community group and the ad hoc board for your work on the library new build. I know it is a huge undertaking and it takes time to do it right, so I want to thank you guys for doing that work. And then finally, of course, to our friends of the Painesville Library, who are always our emotional and financial support for the library. So, yes. Any questions? I kind of ran through a lot.
You did. Busy. Well, if nobody has anything else, then thank you, Katerina.
We appreciate you. You're doing a great job. Thank you.
Okay, next on our agenda is sewer installer licenses. I would say Ron has something to say about that. Or Eric.
Well, what I want to lump together are we have to hear the sewer licenses, the beer, and the refuse licenses. My recommendation, and I spoke internally about this too, is we should have these on the consent agenda going forward.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Makes it easier than going through individually like
Each one
this.
individual.
But yeah, we have the sewer installer licenses. This is something that we do every year, and I mean, I don't know if you have any questions about them.
They're the same ones that we usually have, or is there a new one?
I don't know if they're any new. I think they're some of the same.
Okay. So we need a motion to approve the sewer installer licenses for Gilt Plumbing and Heating, Voss Plumbing and Heating, and Bursky Excavating. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the sewer installer licenses for Gilt Plumbing and Heating and AC, Voss Plumbing and Heating of Painesville, Inc., and Bursky Excavating, Inc.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the sewer installer licenses. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I like your recommendation too.
Because we have two more to go through here.
I know. Well, next we have the airport tea hangar. Lease agreement.
Okay, and that, this is actually the last one of the renewals. All the pilots at this time will be on the new rates. And we got one other serious inquiry, so it looks like we will be down to one vacant hangar.
Wonderful.
I'll make the motion to approve airport T hangar lease agreement between the City of Painesville and Brad Donis.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. No more discussion, I'm sure. Motion to approve the airport T hangar lease agreement between the City of Painesville and Brad Dalmas has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that carried. Okay, now we can do beer licenses.
Yep, we have beer license, the same ones that we had last year for Quick Trip, Cronus Lanes, and Painesville Baseball Club.
These leases are so long, it takes all these pages I have to skim through. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the beer licenses?
Let me
Make the motion.
Go ahead, Neil.
That was at the same time, you
I
guys.
want to get home by something.
Okay.
Motion to approve the 3-2 off-sale beer licenses. Cronus Lanes, Painesville Baseball Club, and Quick Trip.
And so you're seconding it, Paul?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay. Motion's been made and approved, seconded to approve the 3-2 on sale beer licenses for Cronus Lanes, Painesville Baseball Club, and a 3-2 off sale for Quick Trip. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that carried. Now we'll do the refuse ones.
Yeah, we have refuse licenses for West Central Sanitation, LRS of Minnesota, Tom Kramer, BNC Cleanup, and Waste Management of Minnesota.
Somebody want to make a motion? Don't think there's any questions, same ones we always have.
I'll move to approve the refuse licenses for West Central Sanitation, LRS of Minnesota LLC, Tom Kramer Inc., BNC Cleanup, and Waste Management of Minnesota.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the refuge licenses for the city. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that got out. Okay, off of our update, we have a surplus property. Somebody's getting rid of stuff. Ron, I bet. Oh, yeah.
Okay, if you recall, last year we replaced the dock out at the beach.
Yep.
And obviously, the old one, we kept thinking this spring would be the better time to sell it, so it is surplus and estimated cost, I guess we're really not sure what we're gonna get, but I think it is a high enough value to put it on min bid. The other items, the metal filing cabinet, the wood cabinet, the fridge, and the set of lockers would likely not, that we would recommend just putting on our website here.
Maybe in the paper or something, Facebook. Okay. Anybody want to make a motion to declare these things surplus property so we can sell them?
So moved.
Second.
Gene, I think my recommendation is that if we're declaring surplus property, unless we think the value is more than $25,000 for any individual item, we should state that in the motion that the value is $25,000 or less.
Okay,
Because it changes how you sell it.
yep.
Okay, Paul, you made the
And that
motion.
is in the motion. He said as stated, so it is in the motion printed. So I'll repeat it. That Paul made the motion to declare the poly dock and miscellaneous equipment as excess surplus property with an estimated value of each item at $25,000 or less. The dock will be sold on min bid, with the remaining items to be sold via sealed bids and advertised on the city's website and Facebook. He had just made his motion as printed, so
Okay.
now it's
Very-
read.
I didn't have the update, so I couldn't see that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you, Bill. Okay, is there any more discussion or questions or anything for anybody? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that carried. Don't need to get so loud on it. All right. What else do we have next?
Spring cleanup.
I know I'm getting through all the pictures Ron put on here. Okay. Spring cleanup.
All right, yes, we had an environmental committee meeting last week, and we did get through the spring cleanup is Saturday, the 27th. Pretty much will be run the same as previous. I guess the one item that has changed is the shredding services. Last year, we did not have that. However, we did have quite a number of people requesting it, so we are bringing it back. The service and complete charge will be $970. We did get $400 in donations, so that leaves us with about $570 remaining. The committee has recommended that we do charge $5 per bag or banker box up there, so there will be somebody collecting. And what is remaining would be divided between the city and the township.
Thank you.
I have a question. Is the township on board with this, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
They
Want to make
usually,
sure.
they usually do go in with us on this, don't they?
On this there.
Yeah. I know people were pretty upset about not being able to shred things last year. They answer a lot of questions, and I was just trying to pack fluorescent light bulbs.
Yep.
So I'm glad to hear that that will be back this year. I think a lot of people really liked using it.
Hey, does somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the events and up to $570 for the shredding service, with the understanding that any amount not covered by donations or from fees collected will be split 50-50 between the city and township.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion's been made by Neil, seconded by Megan to approve the events, our spring cleanup, scavenger days and shredding service. Motion up to $570 for the shredding service, with the understanding that any amount not covered by the donations or from fees will be split 50-50 between the city and township. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
And the last item for us to talk about and to approve is the Joshua Flats plat, which you had the hearing last week at the planning.
Yeah, that's correct. We had the hearing, and it was approved on all conditions set forth in the planning commission.
And just to state, it was approved by Stearns County, and MnDOT also reviewed it.
Yep.
Good, because they are on Highway 55. So we'll need a motion to approve the MinDOT road certificate and Joshua Flats final Flats plat development agreement.
And, yeah, two items.
And then a resolution. So we'll need two separate motions.
I'll make the first motion to approve the MinDOT road certificate and Joshua Flats plat development agreement.
Second.
Okay, the first motion is made by Paul, seconded by Neil, to approve the MinDOT road certificate and Joshua Flats plat development agreement. Joshua Flats. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and the second, we need a motion to approve a resolution for the final plat.
I'll make the motion to approve Resolution 2024-10, final plat of Joshua Flats.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made by Neil and seconded by Megan to approve resolution 2024-10, final plat of Joshua Flats. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that passed. Then we have informational, we have our April and May meeting schedules. We never run out of meetings. And then the police department report, the redevelopment grant, we were denied, and the February month-end reports that are on the website, available there. Is there anything else for this meeting? If not, we are adjourned.